Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to do the Draw My BitLife challenge. Let's get started. Okay, for our challenge we have Amber Evans, which she is pretty happy, her health is pretty good, she's kind of smart, and her looks are pretty high up. Her parents are Lisa Moore, and she's a school teacher at the public school, and Landon Evans, who is a retired police officer. So let's see how her life goes. At age 4, Amber gets a common cold, so I sent her to Stephen White, and now she doesn't anymore. But at age 11, she gets her first kiss with Tyler Gonzalez. She does it, of course, because she wants to be cool. But a little bit later down the line, at age 15, she asks a completely different kid to a school dance. She gets dressed up and all fancy, and I don't know what exactly happened after that, but her father wasn't happy about it. But sadly, her father didn't last that long. Her father passed away due to old age. Then she went and got her driving license, which of course did not go really well. Then she started to get depression due to her father's loss and having no friends. So they took her to the doctor and then realized depression's not an illness, which is completely sad. Due to this, I sent her to go meditate twice and a lot, so she can feel better. I also sent her to the gym to work out the pain, and I think also the library to read some books. Later on, another guy asked her out and she accepts. Then she graduates from high school and stops getting depression. She goes to a university of dance, and she applies for a scholarship, but then she got rejected. So she asked her mom, and she didn't want that either. So she paid for a student loan, and now she has barely any money. Then she's studying for finance at university, and then she gets pregnant to her boyfriend at age 20, and then studies harder for university. Soon the baby's born, and I scroll through the random names they gave me and decide to pick Jaden for her first son. After the birth of Jaden, she finally graduated from her degree in dance. Then she starts looking for jobs, and perfectly enough, she finds a job at junior choreographer and gets accepted because she's the perfect match. And then after that, she immunizes her son Jaden, so he's healthy. After all that, she gets pregnant again with her second child, but sadly, the baby is lost in the process. Because of that, Juan proposes to Amber and she accepts, but then she gets the flu. Then I send her to the doctor, which is the most logical thing to do, but then I realize they're broke, so they can't pay for that. A couple years later, she decides to work harder again and ask for a raise in her job. Then a couple years pass even more, and she gets promoted again, which is fun for them. After all those promotions, I thought it would be super logical for Juan and Amber to get married, so I planned their event at a courthouse and their honeymoon at Athens, Greece. So they had enough money to do it and made them sign a prenup, and it was a match made in heaven, of course. I made Amber keep her last name because Juan's last name wasn't very good for Amber's first name. After their marriage, I wanted them to have a baby because they just got married, and Amber got pregnant. But before that, she got promoted and then had her baby named Violet. Soon, I wanted the whole family to get together, so I was looking for something, anything, for the whole family to be together for like a month. And then I found a vacation, so I took them to Australia on a first class travel. So I had the option to go by myself or take others. I obviously took others because it's a family thing. Then Jaden asked for $40, which I was confused about, but I said yes anyways. A couple years passed and Jaden wants Amber to pay for his tuition. I let her, of course, because he's her son. But then after that, a couple of Amber's friends asked her to go clubbing. But before that, Violet called another kid stupid, so Amber had the talk with her to not call people stupid. After that lecture with Violet, Amber took the whole family to go clubbing. For reasons I don't know why, she did. A couple rounds go by, she loses, and then she loses again, but then she bids more, and finally gets the whole point of the game, and won, finally, which was very fun for her because she won lots of money, almost like $500. Soon after that, with Amber's winning money, life was getting a little boring, so the whole family immigrated to Mexico, which was okay, actually, than I expected. Violet was fine, Juan was fine, and Amber was fine with it too. And the picture I drew for it actually turned out amazing, which I like. Since Amber moved, she had to quit her job, but in her moving process, she found another job just like it, so she felt exactly like home. Since everyone was happy and just moved to Mexico, Amber and Juan had another baby, but it was a miscarriage and things didn't go right. So they tried again and again and again until it actually worked, and Amber was now pregnant with her third child. So I was thinking of names until I thought of Diego. Because they moved to Mexico, they wanted to have a name that was relative to the new culture. Soon things were getting boring, so she wanted to spend time with her husband, her son, her daughter, and her newest son. So it was fine with Juan with his little date, and then Violet's turn was up, and she had a splendid time with her mother. Then Diego and Amber's turn, and that was well spent too. Then it was Violet's turn to ask for her tuition to be paid, and because she's such a loving mother, Amber did it. Then she got promoted. After all of that, I realized that she still didn't have her driving license, so I went and got her driving license done. Then people asked her for drugs, and she obviously said no, because why would you do that? Then I was looking for a car option for Amber to buy a car for the family, but I couldn't find a car. But I did find a lottery. So Amber tried winning the lottery a couple times, but obviously failed. After all that, I found a horse racing option, and I wanted to see what that was all about. And Amber was now betting on which horse would win. So she picks Our World as a horse, and obviously does not win, or I don't think it finishes, which was kind of funny in my part. But then Juan got mad at Amber for no reason, but I just let it slide like nothing happened because I wanted their relationship to stay. Then she becomes second in the horse race but still gets nothing. Then again she gets depression and I make her meditate more so she can feel better. Soon she goes on a date with Juan because he got mad at her for no reason. Then I keep looking for something but don't find anything. Then I find a clubbing option and tried to make Amber feel better from her depression by going to it. Then she got kicked out because she was too old. Why? I do not understand. So, because she has depression, I made her go on Mexican cruise as a sweet. And she obviously has fun, and that made me really happy. Because she went with no one. She was only there by herself, and that made her really happy. But then her mother passes away, which makes me pretty sad. And then that cures her of her depression, which doesn't make sense at all. But her niece, Adriana, starts going to elementary school. Then Diego starts high school. Then she sadly gets a divorce to Juan because he thinks she's too jealous of him, even though she was completely fine. Then she pays for Diego's tuition because she's nice enough to do that after all that she's been through. After everything that went down, she decided to look for another person to love. She found someone named Sebastian, and it was meant to be. Then her daughter Violet came out to her, and she accepted, obviously. After that joyful moment with her daughter, a couple of years go by, and her new boyfriend Sebastian cheated on Amber. She forgave him, of course, but nagged him to not do that again. Of course he didn't, but a couple more years go by, and she found out he wants to break up with her. She wishes him farewell because she doesn't want to see him after all of his cheating. Just to get her mind off of things, she meditates to feel better about herself. More years go by and nothing much really happens until her son Diego passed away, and now Amber has depression. After everything that went down, her half-brother Jimmy died as well. So now her father, her mother, her half-brother, and her son Diego died. So she had a lot to take in for the amount of time she lived. But sadly, things come to an end, and Amber Evans died at age 86 due to natural causes, but had lots of money to spare. Due to all the money she had, she gave me the Rich Achievement, which was kind of amazing for the third time playing this game. Well, thank you guys for watching and tuning into this video. I hope to see you next time, and see you later. Peace! Also, I'm really sorry on ending this on a sad note. Hope that didn't ruin your day. Okay, bye.